guys, welcome back to Girl Can We Even Say That. And this episode we're doing something slightly differently. So normally, obviously, I normally always have a guest with me, but one of my guests couldn't be here today because her little girl's not well. So you just get me today, and I've slightly changed the episode and the structure of things because it is just myself. So we're going to do stuff a little bit different. So we're going to still do our Would You Rather question, and then we're going to go straight in to some stories. So I'm going to read out some interesting stories. I've just picked out a few which I think you guys will find interesting to listen to and be like, what the hell? Okay. Because I do know one of the things I love about podcasting and listening to podcasts and everything, and why I wanted to get into this so much, was I listened to a podcast, which I listen to so many, and that's kind of with this podcast, kind of like fused them together. Well, tried to, like took like different things that I like from each and kind of like put it into one. But one of the ones that I really resonate with and I love is Two Hot Takes, and they read out Reddit stories and then they obviously give their take, and then you love like when they're reading out a Reddit story and there's a part 2 or more parts to it, because you're like, oh, I want to know more. So I found ones that have multiple parts to them today. So hopefully you like the stories and you find them as interesting as I did when I was reading. But first of all, let's start off with a Would You Rather, because who doesn't love a Would You Rather? And do you know when you're listening to this in the car and you're driving down the road and then you're like, which one would I pick? Always, please interact with me on socials and let me know. Let me know which one you would pick. I'm interested. I really want to know. I want to make this community. I want us to all be there for each other. And I think it's important. But anyway, let's start off with, would you rather find out your partner has been secretly documenting your relationship for a book deal and you're the villain in every chapter? Interesting. Or find out your therapist has been using your sessions as material for their upstanding comedy set. You're the crowd favourite. Okay, so if I'm picking this, 100%, I think I would rather my partner secretly be documenting me and then just creating me as a villain in his story. Because the only way I would say that is maybe is a writer and it is just fiction, and then he's doing that just for obviously the like the views, like the interest, like make it more interesting. Because if I was just a great partner, like who's gonna want to read that, really? So if it was that respect, then I can kind of get on board going, yeah, that's fine. It would be nice if he like told me first, but I guess he would be like not wanting to tell me because he'd be scared of my reaction. But I don't know. Out of the two, I'll definitely pick that one, because I go to therapy and I have a therapist, and I would feel like, don't get me wrong, you feel so betrayed by your partner, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I get betrayed by men all the time anyway. So my therapist seems to be one of the people who has not betrayed me and who is very kind to my mental health and helps me with it. So that would be very damaging, I think, personally. I think they'd both be damaging, but yeah, I don't want my therapist to be doing a comedy night about me. Yeah, I think that might set me back a little bit. I definitely think I'll need more therapy. And then I have to find another therapist. And do you know how hard sometimes it is to find a therapist that you click with and you get on with? It's not as easy as they say. And then also, if you guys are ever thinking about therapy, please, if you go once and you're not for you, doesn't mean it's not for you. You might just not be clicking with that therapist. So then I would recommend to go again and try someone different. Just saying. Girl, can we even say that? Where filters are off and laughs are loud and absolutely nothing is professional advice. No, seriously. Everything we say is based on personal opinions, messy life experiences, and the occasional, did I really just say that moment? Listener discretion is highly advised, especially if you're easily offended or if you're in the car with your mum. We are not responsible for any side eyes, deep thoughts, bad decisions, or sudden bursts of empowerment that may happen after listening. Tune in, have fun, and remember, we're here to spark conversation, not to live your lives for you. Okay, so we're going to dive straight into our first story. Okay, so the title of this is, I found out my fiancé was cheating, so I invited his girlfriend to our wedding. Oh, damn. The discovery. So I, 29 female, was engaged to Chris, 32 male. We were together for 4 years. He proposed last Christmas in front of my entire family. There was tears, champagne, my mum was screaming. Finally, things were perfect until I found a second phone in his glove compartment. Not a burner, not locked, just casually sitting there like it wasn't a nuclear bomb in disguise. That was so a nuclear bomb. Girl, you're going to find out so much shit. I opened it. Girl, for secrets. Was this not locked though? Was it other passcodes? He's dumb. Men are dumb. Literally. They will give you your... Do you know what? I've had an ex before. He literally gave me his phone, gave me the password and everything. So I go on his phone and I had suspected, but I wasn't sure. So I go through his photos and he has all these photos of his ex still on his phone. Bear in mind, yeah, because you know that for me, old photos, I didn't even really care initially, yeah, because we discussed this way before he gave me the phone. We discussed this before the phone, and then I had pictures of my ex-husband on my phone just because I'm really lazy and I just don't delete shit. Like, I've deleted them now because he went mad at me and went crazy. He was like, how have you got pictures of your ex on your phone? You're in a relationship with me, and then just going mad. But you know, these guys, they gaslight you and manipulate you, and yeah, they're just assholes. But yeah, so then he made me feel so bad and I deleted them all. And then like a little while later I saw that he had pictures of his ex. I won't go over his phone, he was literally on his phone and I saw. And I was like, you haven't deleted your pictures, like what the hell, you just had a go at me. And he was like, oh no, I delete them. So he told me to delete these photos. So that was step one. Yeah, he had pictures all on the phone of all past her and him. So again, after he berated me about mine and that I deleted, then I go on to his videos. Or was it hidden? I think, yeah, his hidden videos. Well, obviously, if you've got a passcode, you get into hidden videos. Guess what? This guy had his hidden videos. So this guy, yeah, he had a video of him and his ex fucking. Yeah, and it was old videos, so old porn that he kept on there. And also new. There was also a new video that was from a night that he didn't come home, that he said he got party drunk and stayed around his mum's house. Clearly that was a lie, wasn't it? And I'm a mug that believed him. God, I'm such an idiot, to be honest with you. Like, I'm so gullible. I literally always believe these guys. Like, there's just literally something wrong with me, isn't there? I'm just such a moron. But anyway, okay, let's not blame ourselves, like I said, to other people, even though. Anyway, get back on track. So he has this on his phone, literal evidence he's just kept on his phone. Why would you keep evidence on your phone of cheating and then give your girlfriend the phone with your passcode? And then when I confront him about it, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then like gaslights me into thinking that it's kind of like my fault that I went down his phone in the first place and the manipulation. God. And then I stayed with him after that. Yeah, I stayed with him longer. Bear in mind as well, this guy, when he gave me the phone, passcode and everything, he was in prison. So he got recalled, so he got sent to prison, went back to prison. And so I stayed with a guy that was in prison that I knew cheated on me. Wow, I really shouldn't admit this on live. Everyone's going to see this. But whatever. People do dumb shit. I'm still doing dumb shit. Am I ever going to learn? I really hope so. I really hope I do one day. I feel like I didn't used to be dumb. You think you get older and you would learn from your mistakes. I seem to have not really made that many mistakes, and now I'm getting older. Now I'm making all the mistakes. I'm falling for all the shit. Yeah, it's like when I'm back in time. Anyway, I feel like getting off topic, but let's dive in. Things were perfect until I found a second phone in his glove compartment. Not a burner, not locked, just casually sitting there. Like it wasn't a nuclear bomb in disguise. I opened it, full of secrets. He had been seeing someone for at least 8 months. Her name was Jenny. She was 25. She worked in a smoothie bar he always randomly stopped at after the gym. He told her that I was his crazy cousin that lived with him because I was going through something emotionally. And she believed him because he's that good at lying. Damn. Part 2, the setup. Did I confront him? No. Did I cry in the car listening to Adele for 3 days straight? Yes. That is needed sometimes. Then I got creative. I reached out to Jenny. I didn't know she was shocked. She didn't know. She was shocked. Cried, apologised, told her I wasn't mad at her, I was mad at him. And then I said, how do you feel about getting dressed up and crashing the wedding? She hesitated at first, but then the more she thought about it and the more she thought about all the lies and everything, she came on board. Part 3, the wedding. Okay, let's go back to that one just there, getting Jenny on board. If this was me, would I get dressed up and I'll go to the wedding and do that? Do you know what? Me as a person, I don't actually think I would do that. I know you're wrong. I don't want to watch, and I think it's, quite amazing, to be honest with you. That girls are like that. I respect the unhinged girls that do crazy shit. I love that. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would, to be honest with you. I'm just not really that unhinged. I haven't got that in me. But maybe I just haven't got that in me yet. Maybe I just need a little bit more trauma and I'll be unhinged just like the rest of you. Well, not all of you, but Okay, the wedding day. Wedding day comes. Everything looks Instagram perfect. My dress is stunning. My makeup flawless. My soul calm like the villain in Act 3. Okay. Right before I walk down the aisle, I text Jenny, now. She walks into the ceremony in a white dress, holding a framed photo of her and Chris kissing. Oh, my guests gasped. Chris turned pale. I walked down the aisle anyway, slowly, steady, like I was floating through the scene in HOB show. When I got to him, I smiled. I said, oh, did you forget to mention Jenny's RSVP? Then I turned to the guests and said, this wedding's off, but lunch is still paid for. Enjoy. I walked out, ate cake, took selfies, and blocked his ass. Girl. Do you know what? The one thing I would say is maybe I wouldn't do this. Would I do this? I don't know. Maybe I'm this crazy. Maybe I would do this. I kind of like this. I kind of want to do this now. But you've already paid for the wedding. It's too short notice to get any of your money back. So, girl, you might as well get that revenge and get that little spectacle out of it. And everyone's obviously staying, have a little bit of food. So, yeah, girl. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling this. Okay. Next, 4. Oh, 4. The aftermath. He tried calling me 46 times that night. I didn't answer. He also tried to sue me for emotional sabotage because I planned a public humiliation. It didn't work. The judge laughed. That's ridiculous. Hilarious. Jenny and I are actually friends now. She named her new puppy Closure. That's funny. I love that. Yeah. That's nice. At least a friendship comes out of it. I feel like quite a lot of people do blame the girl, like the other girl, and 9 times out of 10, like it's not her. Look at him. And then also, even if it is her, is it really her? Because the thing is, she don't know you. She ain't got no loyalty to you. And even if she did know you, like, you know the manipulation that he has put you through and to get you to the point that you are now. Use your brain. Obviously, he's done the same thing to that girl, to the next one. So, yeah, I feel like he's playing a dangerous game and he's playing everyone off. And I know because we're in love with the guy, we want to try and see the best in him and take it out on the girl because obviously we don't care about the girl. But 9 times out of 10, mate, the girl is you. The girl is in the same situation you're in, probably the same lives. So, I don't know. Sometimes be kind to the girl. Okay, let's go on to our next one. My best friend faked a stalker to keep me single, but it gets worse. Interesting. Let's dive in. Part 1, the creepy notes. I started with a note tapped on my windshield. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You shouldn't be with him. I laughed it off. I thought it was just a weird neighbour or some clingy guy I ghosted once. But then it happened again and again. Every time I went on a date, I'd come back to my apartment and find a new note handwritten, always obsessive, always referring to that I should be with him one day, and even saying what I wore that day. I told my best friend Zoe, 27 female. She was horrified. She even offered to stay over to keep me safe. That shouldn't have been my first red flag. Yeah, that's your first red flag. Not that she's staying over, first red flag of that your friend is so concerned that she's like, let me stay round. Like, this is not okay. That's definitely a big red flag. Okay, part 2, the deleted messages. Things escalated. A guy I was dating, Josh, ghosted me suddenly, like completely vanished. A week later, I saw him at a bar. I confronted him, and he said, sorry, but your friend Zoe told me you weren't over your ex and you have like a stalker situation. Ooh. Oh, now I'm thinking, is it the friend that's obsessed with her? Oh, okay, sorry, I'm going to carry on. I was like, I never told him that. Zoe had been texting him from my phone while I was asleep. Oh. She even deleted the entire text thread between me and other people. I only found out because of a synced laptop. Oh, damn, this girl obsessed with you. She likes you. Likes you. Damn. Okay, moving on. Part 3. Okay. Part 3. The truth comes out. I set her up. Ooh, scandalous. I told Zoe I had a date with a hot accountant named Damien. Spoiler, Damien did not exist. I made a fake Instagram account for him and posted stories about our date. Boom. The next morning, a note on my windshield. You're not listening to me. You're mine. I checked the hallway camera. It was Zoe. Wearing a hoodie, leaving the note like it was a damn Netflix documentary. I confronted her. She cried. She said she was protecting me from toxic men and that we had a deep emotional connection. She said she was in love with me. Damn, that's awkward. That's so sad, man. Because that's your best friend as well. Like, that's so sad. Because the thing is, like, you're losing your best friend. Because, like, how do you move past that? Because that's some crazy ass behaviour. And she's in love with you. So to break her love for you, but she's going to need to have distance and you can't talk because it's just going to make it too hard. Otherwise, you just can't move on when you've still got that connection. Moving on to part 4, because there's more. The even bigger twist. I cut her off, moved apartments, changed locks, blocked her everywhere. But then she got engaged. Oh my God. To my brother. Oh damn. This crazy bitch gonna be in your life? For life. Well, potentially. Just tell your brother. Tell your brother she's crazy. Because, like, surely he's gonna then... But then engaged, that's mad. Like, that must be quick. They move quick. Damn. That's mental. But yeah, you need to tell your brother how crazy this girl is. And she's probably just using your brother to get to you. Because that's mad. Anyway, let's carry on. Partly, they'd been talking behind my back for years and she fell in love with him too. Huh? Their wedding was last month. I didn't go. But I did send a gift frame photo of that night vision hallway screenshot. Zoe dropping a stalker note in front of my door. No card, no explanation. Do you know what's crazy though? Your brother's wedding and okay, you didn't go for that reason, but then surely then you've had a conversation with your brother and been like, this girl be crazy, and then tell him what happened, because yeah, that's just mad. Like, if you're not telling your brother like the crazy situation, or unless she had told her brother and he didn't care, but that just seems a bit crank to me, not gonna lie. So, that's the end of that one. Well, I wonder if they live happily ever after. I don't know. Seems a bit too crazy for me. Maybe they will. Maybe true love will prevail. But is it even true love? Is she just using the brother to get to the sister? Well, the sister, do you know what? The sister took that serious. She's like moved. She moved jobs. She moved everything. So, yeah, she must have proper scared of her. Well, cutting toxic, crazy people out of your life. It's a vibe. Next one. I found out my sister faked her own death and blamed me. Oh damn. Okay. Surely this can't be real. This is crazy. Funeral, part 1. My sister, Kira, died in a car crash. So I was told. I, 29 female, got a call from our mum. She's gone. It was instant. The police came. There's nothing left to do but plan the funeral. It didn't feel real, but I flew home. We had a service. There was a closed casket. Everyone cried. Her boyfriend gave a speech about their last night together. I was devastated until I got Venmo request 2 weeks later from her, Kira, requesting $28.65. The note said, "You owe me for the tequila, lol." What? Okay. Girl, if you're faking your own death, why are you asking for £28? Keep it consistent. If you're dead, you're dead. The clues. I confronted my mum. She looked terrified. She said she didn't know anything. But then I checked my sister's Instagram. Her page was gone. But not deleted. Just deactivated. I checked her boyfriend's tag photos. Nothing recently. But if you scroll back far enough, there she was. in the background of a mirror selfie he posted 2 days ago. She was wearing sunglasses, looking away, but it was her. Same mole, same tattoo, same alive body. Crazy. That's mad. Do you know what? If you're going to do that, do it more smartly. But then also, what I don't get about this is I'm like, surely this isn't real. Because I'm like, how would you convince the police and everyone and have a whole funeral with nobody? How would you do that? Doesn't make. I know in EastEnders and that they do that shit, but that's still. This seems a bit weird, a bit crazy. But anyway, we're moving on. The confrontation. I went to her boyfriend's apartment. He wasn't home, but guess who was? Kira. Eating yogurt like she didn't fake her own death. What? She looked at me and said, "Damn, you were faster than I thought." No apology, no tears. I lost it. She finally confessed. She faked her own death to escape toxic debt situation. She used my name as a secondary ID for the credit card scam that backfired when I caught up to her. She ghosted everyone and told people I was the reason she spiraled. She even made fake emails between us to make it look like I was abusing her emotionally. So when she died, everyone pitied her and side-eyed me. Wow, why does your sister hate you so much? Why are all these people masked as people that like you and then they do all this shit to you? And you're like, why? I would never do this to you. This is unhinged crazy. The fallout. I went to the cops, showed them the Venmo, the messages, the screenshots, everything. Guess what? Because she never illegally changed her name or filed any documents about her fake death, they couldn't arrest her for faking it. But how did she do the funeral thing? Because that I don't understand. I don't get that. But they did get her on identity fraud and credit card theft. She served 9 months. Now she's out and she has a TikTok where she does healing coaching and tells her followers sometimes you have to disappear to find yourself. Wow. And yes, people believe her. She's a great liar. And yes, I report every video, every damn day. I report that video. That's so crazy. Mad. Then also that's really sad because that's your sister. I could imagine, me and my sister fight all the time, obviously, but she's always there for me. She's always been there for me. I'll always be there for her. We fight, but that's what sisters do. This is unhinged. This is crazy. This is next level. I get debt's bad, but girl, there's better ways to go about it. Please don't be doing this. And also, this is so much more effort. I'm sure there's easier ways to go about it as well. Okay, guys, let's move on. Dilemma. The bridesmaid's secret. Okay, you've been best friends with Tash since college. Okay, so this one I'm reading out, and this is like a scenario. So imagine I'm talking about. You have been best friends with Tash since college. Ride or die. Sleepover, level, close. She's getting married and you're her maid of honour. A week before the wedding, her fiancé drunkenly confesses to you at his bachelor party that he cheated on her a month into their relationship. Whoa. With your cousin. He swears it was just once and he has changed and begs you not to say anything because it was a year ago and Tasha will call off the wedding. Now you're stuck. If you tell her, you could destroy her dream day and your friendship. If you stay quiet, she walks into a marriage built on a lie. And you have to watch everything unfold knowing you knew. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you know what? I know quite a lot of people will say this is an easy one, you've got to tell her, which I'm not saying you shouldn't tell her, but bear in mind, when you do tell someone that someone's cheating or something about a relationship, 9 times out of 10, they're so invested in that relationship, they love that guy so much, you become the bad guy, not actually the guy that's doing this. It's you that, becomes this person that gave them this news. So it can change your friendship dramatically. So it is a hard one, and especially with with your cousin. So yeah, and also as well, it's with your cousin, that's even more awkward because this person's related to you, he's done it with, it's not a stranger. But the end of the day though, even saying that, I feel like you need to tell her, because if you don't tell her and then it comes out later down the line that you knew and you didn't tell her, your friendship's over then, and she didn't even get to know what happened, to get to decide on her own accord what she wanted to do. So obviously, yes, you are risking a friendship by telling her, but you could lose your friendship either way, and the right thing to do is to tell her so she can go about the information how she wishes. Because at the end of the day, most of the people just want to know the truth. Just tell me the truth. Like, tell me how it is, and then I can make my decision and what I want to do from then. Don't lie to me. It's really not that hard. And I don't think it's a lot to ask for either. Guys, that is the end of this. Is a little bit of a shorter episode this time. I hope you didn't mind it just being me this episode, but let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoy it, and then maybe I'll do a few more solo episodes with maybe just some stories and maybe a would you rather. But let me know, comment, let me know, write down, interact with us on socials, write some comments, please. I'd love to hear from you guys. I want to hear your scenarios and your stories, and if any of you guys want to come on the pod, and then I can do a episode with you and then ask you a few interview questions and stuff like that, find out about a bit more about you and your life. I'd love to do that. Please let me know. Okay guys, bye for now. See you next Friday. Bye.